What's the real cost of care for someone that has medical impairments and needs it right now? Can you give me what your thoughts are on those costs?
$7,000, $8,000, $9,000 minimum in a community setting.
So like an assisted living or a personal care support.
Or even memory care.
Memory care now, that's definitely on the higher end because of the specialized programming that's required. What about in a nursing care situation?
We know that can be substantially higher.
So we're thinking 12, 13,
easily,
14.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not to mention the additional cost of just the regular health insurance that has to go on beyond this kind of situation. Now, home care is an option, right?
Yeah.
If you're going down that path, and that can also be $25, $28 an hour.
Yeah.
That can add up. I've seen it where either living care or 24 hours can be up to $18,000.
Yeah, I think sometimes people think it's the lesser alternative for the cost of care, or for the cost of care. But we find out that usually start at a certain level, and before you know it, you've ramped that up to a certain number of hours. So it's getting to the point where it can be just as costly.
And I think what's in a big piece of this is because of those numbers being so high,
Yeah.
that a lot of times families get involved in the process and they provide the care in the first place. Number one, it starts off usually because they don't know what mom or dad has as their assets in order to be able to use to pay for the care in the first place. Number two, I think the situation is they're trying to keep the cost down. But what's the cost of that care? How much is you spending in order to walk away from maybe a job, taking time off from work, being able to not be a part of your family? What's your own personal cost of being able to support that? And how does that affect the cost of it going against what the relationship?
So you're saying what you
is?
can't measure in dollars and cents.
Absolutely.
There's more expenses, more cost to that as well.
Very, very big process.
There's a sticker shock associated with the cost of care when you're first getting in this journey because you don't know, you're not used to it. And maybe mom and dad have always been the ones that control the finances, and they've been the one to deal. And now all of a sudden, you're looking at these bank accounts, and you're seeing how these bank accounts are dwindling because it's been a monthly cost. So we have to figure out and help them, and that's one of the things we do at Longevity and Income Solutions is to help provide those solutions to stretch those dollars and to grow those assets.
And stabilize where possible.
Yep, absolutely.
If you look at the whole picture and you give someone, this is the journey that it's going to be, and this is where it's going to go from here to there, the next level of care and bringing that process in, while not having a crystal ball of knowing how it's going to exactly play out, but you have the flexibility to make those adjustments as it goes along, gives people the idea to understand to use those assets the best way. Because the rainy day fund that was put aside, to pay for the care, it can go through quickly. But if you understand how to use the funds and you look at it from that whole perspective, those dollars last a lot longer. We've talked about it before, but I think our approach is proactive.
Yeah.
Because usually when a care crisis hits, everybody's like, I have to go here, or I need to get this place, and they're looking for support, and they're trying to figure it out, and they react by each issue that comes up, and they just do it. They just go through that process. That has a lot of stress for it because there's no control. Yeah. So to whatever extent, I should say, that the person that has this impairment, the medical care issues, and the family that's involved can regain some of their control and get a better handle on what they have and how they can move forward in that process, that's a big difference.